Hi, welcome to Auntie Nat's Crochet. Today we're going to make a teddy bear. I made one. This is a gray bear. And later I'm going to show you with a lighter color because sometimes too dark the color, you won't be able to see the stitches. The written pattern is in my blog. I will post it in the description box. I put the link in the description box below. Okay, now let's start. All we need is some safety eyes, if you have safety eyes, and safety nose. If not, then you have to sew your eyes and nose. And I add a button here. Lately I found some lovely buttons. They are buttons with they are wooden buttons. Some are flowers, some are butterflies, and this is just a round button with the word handmade. Okay, I'm gonna start. Okay, besides that, I'm using 5-ply cotton yarn. So I'm going to use brown and white this time. Okay, we're going to change color. And you need a lot of marker. If you do not have marker, you can use some bobby pin or earrings or whatever just to mark it. Because if you're going to change color, you need marker. And I'm going to use a 3.5 mm hook. We are going to start by making the leg. I did one. This is one side of the leg. Now we're going to make the other side of the leg and join it to the first one. Okay, we're going to start by making a magic ring. The magic ring, you make sure you leave a long tail. I need this tail to sew something later on. I'll show you. You leave a longer tail to make the magic ring. In the magic ring, we're gonna make 5 single crochet. Okay, I have 5 here, single crochet. Pull it tight. For row 2, we're going to do an increase in each. So each and every stitch here, we're going to do 2 single crochet. In the same stitch, 2 single crochet. And don't forget to add a marker. So this is 2, 1, 2, so this is the first one. Two each. Just now we started with 5. Now you have 2 each. So all in you're gonna have 10 stitches. Okay, 10 stitches. Now row 3. We're going to do a single crochet in 1. Just 1 single crochet. Don't forget to add your marker because when it comes to amigurumi, I get lost easily. It's better to place a marker. Okay, we do 1 single crochet followed by an increase. Increase means 2 single crochet in 1. 1 single crochet, and then increase means 2 single crochet in 1 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So all in here you're gonna get 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 15. Now row 4, we're gonna do single crochet all around, means each stitch we're gonna do 1 single crochet. Don't forget to add your marker. So now we have 15, now we're going to have 15 again. Okay, 15. Okay, actually this is the end of the feet. This bear has a very small feet. Okay, so now to join this with the other feet. Okay, here we have 15. Here we have 15. So 15 plus 15, we're gonna have 30. And now we're gonna do some increase. So the joining part now is the critical part. Here you have 15, here 15, all in 30. We're going to do a 4 single crochet with an increase 6 times, meaning we're going to get 36 stitches all around. So now when we add, make sure when we end, it's going to be 36. Okay, in the first one we join. We join the two as one, so this is 1. Now we're going to do 4 single crochet and increase. So this doesn't count yet. Oh wait, this count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I made a few mistakes the first bear, and I have to redo a few times. So now I'm going to use marker all the way, even when I change color, so that I won't miss anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 4, and we're going to do an increase. Increase means 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So same thing again, 4. Increase, then another 4. Increase, another 4. See, just now I did 2 here, so when I do another 2 here, I do not join with the first stitch here when we join. So here you're going to have a small hole here. That's why we're going to use the tail later on to sew here to hide the hole. If not, here the whole thing around you will not get 36 stitches. So now I did 4 and then another increase. Then 4, okay, now I've counted. I have 36 all around. So now for row 6 we're going to do 36 single crochet, meaning single crochet in each. So 1 all around, 1, 2, 3. Now no matter how you join here, there's still a hole here. Later we're going to seal it, because now we have to follow the stitches and to make sure we have 36 all around. My marker always mark the start of the next line. I mean, some prefer to mark as the last one, but mine always mark the first one. Okay, just in case this got lost, I better add a marker here first. Let's deal with the hole here first before we forget. Can you see the small hole here? There's a hole here. So now we leave this aside first. There are two tails here 2 tails from the previous magic ring. You can take either one, or if you forget to leave a long tail, you can actually cut a yarn and do it. But since I have the tail here, so you just gently go through. There's no fixed rule of how you're going to do it. You can just crisscross around it gently, not too tight, and you will find the whole seal. You can see from over this side. You do a few more times until the hole is sealed. So if you're not satisfied, you do a few more rounds. You see there's still a small hole there. Hide it. Just do a crisscross here and there, and do not pull too tight, and you will seal it nicely. Because this is the inside, no matter how we do it, it will not show, only the outside. See, if there's a few more, so that's why we have to leave a long tail here, just to make it nice. There's still some here. Do a crisscross. So long it gets sealed. Can you see? It's sealed. If you're still not satisfied, you can add a few more, because by the time you add your stuffing, you won't be able to see it. Okay, it's sealed. I mean, if you're not satisfied, you can do a few more rounds here just to cover it. Okay, this is the row where we're going to change color. So previously, during changing color, especially if there's an increase or a decrease, I'm bound to make mistakes. So now I'm going to put marker all over, meaning like here, this is where I stop, so this marker does not count. Okay, here I always put a marker at a place where I start, not stop, where I start. So this counts as 1. Okay, for this row, row 7, we are going to do a 14 single crochet in brown, and 7 single crochet in white, and 15 single crochet in brown. So when we're changing from brown to white or white to brown, whenever we're changing color, it's always halfway. So half brown, half white before we go fully white or fully brown. So in order not to make mistake, because sometimes when you go half, you counted that as 1 or 2 or brown or white, so mistakes do happen. So this row, there's no increase or decrease, it's just simple 14 stitches and 7 stitches and 15 stitches, but still I always start with a marker. So here, let me show you how I count. This is the first. Every time my marker stays on the first, this is the first stitch, so I need 14 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Meaning here, 14 I stop, 15 is the place where I change color. Okay, so this is 15. This is 14. Okay, so here is my white color. I count as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here is the part I'm going to have white color. Between here and here, I could be having like half white, half brown, and sometimes you might miscount that. So from here, this is the starting point to the end here. This marker always stays. So from here until here, I need 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So just nice. So you will not make mistake. You minimize the mistake level. So this part, when we change color, you make sure, because when we crisscross the color, you make sure the two yarn do not tangle up. You make very sure where are they on the left side or the right side, so that they do not get tangled up. Okay, let's try one row. I'm gonna have 14 single crochet. The place where I put my marker, that is my 1. Put back the marker. This marker always have to put back because this is where I start the next row. So since I've counted, I'm not going to count now. So I'm going to crochet until I meet the next marker. There's no increase in this row, only single crochet, but there's a change of color. So long you have counted the first time round, you place a marker there, you're safe. Okay, the halfway here, is this going to be white? Sometimes certain people, they would start from here, meaning here when we yarn over, you still look brown on the top, but this is the part where we're gonna introduce the other color. Oh, have to make it a bit longer. Here we pull it a bit tight. Get the white one through. Remove the marker. Right. Once you place one here, it's kind of lock it. Once you lock this, make sure you pull the brown one because just now it got loose here. Pull the brown one. Now you do not have to put back this marker because this marker is to mark where the white color is. And make sure we crochet the back tail here too, like seal it. See, I hide the tail inside here. Okay, once I reach here, this marker means I'm gonna change it back to brown. So either I change it here or here. So since they say I only have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And sometimes you have to take a look at the feet. You see if it's 7, by right you should have 3 here, 1 in the middle and 3 here. I mean, sometimes we do not follow too strictly on the pattern, written pattern given. You take a look, you see this is the feet, this is the middle, and here we have 3, here we have 3. This is supposed to be in the middle, but we have counted the stitches is correct, but this is not here, so therefore here we make it white. So this part here I make half white, leave this yarn, change color. You see this brown, it's from over here. So from here, if I want to call it over to here, do not pull too tight. Use your finger and hold it. Then yarn over and do a single crochet to the next. You will somehow lock it, and you see this is not too tight or too loose. If it's loose, it's okay. If it's too tight, you will pull the body without you realizing. Slowly you're gonna pull. So before you yarn over, use your finger, hold it, then make a single crochet in the next. Now it looks slightly better. No doubt this is not exactly in the middle, but yeah, this is acceptable. So now I do not crochet this white under the brown. I just leave it aside. That's why it might get tangled up. You have to move your yarn, make sure the white and the brown do not get tangled up. This one, leave it behind, let it be. You continue with the brown. You continue this until the end. So sometimes for amigurumi, you cannot just follow the written pattern exactly. We have to look at it first, because sometimes we do stitch bigger or smaller, and depending on our strength and our, so that's why the person who wrote that pattern and us doing it, it might be slightly different. Okay, I've come to the end here. And I make sure it has 36 stitches all around. Count again and see if you have 36, and then we're gonna place marker again for the next for row 8, where we're gonna change color or when we're gonna do an increase or a decrease. Okay, now we are at row 8. Row 8, we're supposed to do 13 brown. Start with 13 brown, 9 white, and 14 brown. But here, from here to here is 13. So we have one brown, turn one of the brown to white. But from here to here, it's not 9. It's more than that. It's less than that. So that's why I add one more here, so that it looks like an expansion for the white. One extra here and one extra here. So sometimes I do not follow exactly the written pattern. You really have to take a look and see, maybe I crochet too tight on one side, or not too tight on the other side, or you know, that's why this is not in the middle. So since I'm already here, I just add one more white here and one more white here, and do not follow exactly the other side. So long the whole round you get 36 stitches. After my first stitch, I always add a marker to mark where I'm gonna start the next round. Once I reach the marker, it's time to change the yarn, change color. Always remember, I'm pulling the white from here. So when you pull it here, you crochet, it might be too tight. You might accidentally pull it too much. So that's why always remember to hold it with your fingers before you start to crochet, so that you will not pull more. Once you do a single crochet, you somehow lock it and pull the brown part. So now you see, you just make very sure that this is not too tight. Okay, this is also the place where we are supposed to change color. Same thing, use your finger, hold on to the brown, remove the marker first, hold on to the brown yarn, make sure it's not too tight. Make a single crochet and you somehow lock it, and you make sure here it's not too tight. Okay, it's just nice, and pull a bit of the white and continue. I'll meet you in the next row. Okay, now we are at row 9. We're gonna do 12 brown, 11 white and 13 brown. So same thing, all in you're gonna have 36 stitches, and you just take a look at the white part, whether how it looked like, whether it's gonna be crooked or anyway, it's an amigurumi. There's no fixed rule that it's not supposed to be crooked. I mean the color part. So okay, I'm gonna start. So all in you're gonna get 36, and this row there's no increase or decrease, it's just single crochet. So I'll meet you at the end and I'll tell you what are the stitches for the next row. Okay, we are at row 10 now. Row 10 there will be 12 brown, 12 white and 12 brown, and all in 36. So this row is the same, there's no increase or decrease. So you just do the same thing. and I'll meet you back at the end of the row. Okay, now we are at row 11. There is going to be a decrease. So this time my marker is no longer about colors. It's about where I'm going to do the decrease. Because in the written pattern, it's a bit confusing. Because they will tell you like 5 and then decrease, and then 5 brown, 5 white, decrease, 6 white, brown, white. So now I will not look at the color. I will change color when it comes to here. When you see it's white, you change color. Anytime you see it's white, you just change color. But when you see the marker, it means there's a decrease. Decrease means we do a 2 together. I'm going to do a invisible decrease. So my marker now is here. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 2 is going to be a 2 together. So this is one set. So this is 5, then decrease. So from here to here is actually 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And a decrease. From here to here is a 10. And we leave out 2. We leave 2 for the 2 together. So here to here is actually 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we leave 2 for the 2 together, for the decrease. And from here to here, it's a 5. So here, 5, 5. So actually it's a 10, decrease, 10, decrease, 10, decrease. So this way, it will not get so confusing. But if you're used to crocheting amigurumi, so I guess it's okay. But if you're a beginner, it's best that you add marker like me. So here is where I start. So I need to do 5. This is our starting point, so I add back a marker. 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I see this marker, it means the last 2 here, we're going to do a 2 together. I'm going to do an invisible 2 together, meaning I'm going to loop in the front loop and also the next front loop, yarn over, and then you pull through all. This is an invisible 2 together. Then I remove this marker. I continue until I see the next marker. But before I see the next marker, I have to change color. So the changing color part, we just base on here. So if here it's already white, now we change it to white. Because it's going to shrink anyway, so we can actually add from here. Because the bear is going to shrink, so the white part obviously is going to shrink too. So here, hold it here, make sure it's not too tight, leave some space, leave some yarn, pull over and do a single crochet to the next, and you will lock it. And once you lock it, no doubt here it's loose, you can just pull it back. You see? Then from here you continue until we meet our marker. So this way we will not get confused, because you see, if you count, here actually was white just now, and now, you know. So on the white part, I do not follow the written pattern strictly. I base on my color here, how much I should shrink, but it's just plus minus 1 or 2, not so much. Okay, I've reached the marker, means I have 2 more left here. We do an invisible two together, invisible decrease. Okay, so after this we're gonna continue until I come to the end. Okay, this is about the end. So I change color again. Make sure I use my finger, hold on here. Stop the yarn from moving a lot. Okay, make sure you do a single crochet first and you kind of lock it. And here the white will obviously be a bit loose, just pull it tight and you continue. So once you reach here, you do an invisible 2 together again, and I'll meet you back at the end of the row. Okay, completed row 11. So row 11, you're supposed to have 33 stitches all around. So now row 12, you're supposed to do 9 and then a decrease, 9, decrease, and 9, decrease. So same like just now. I'm going to add my marker. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 2 will be a decrease. So after these 2, add a marker. So do the same. And once you have completed the whole thing, you're supposed to get 30 stitches all around. So I'll meet you back at the end of the row. Okay, I've completed row 12. So row 12, you're supposed to have 30 stitches all around. So 30 stitches, and now I'm going to row 13. 13, we're gonna do 8. So here we're gonna do 4. Mean here you're gonna stitch 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do a decrease. Here will be 8, decrease, 8, decrease, and a 4. So it's going to be a 4, 4 here. So here is 8, decrease, 8, decrease, 8, decrease. Just now my decrease happens between a white and a brown. If this happens, it doesn't really matter. Here, later on, at the end, you can actually use the white yarn to sew it here to cover up this brown spot here, or you can just leave it like that, because anyway, it's a bear. No bear has a perfect oval or hexagon or round shape. So no worry. So if you think this is not nice to look at, you just use the white yarn at the end and make 1 stitch here and you will cover that up. Okay, so now in this row, row 13, you're gonna get 27 stitches all around. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, now we are at row 14. Row 14 is going to be 7 before we do a decrease. 7 single crochet. So here, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and leave 2 for 2 together. So actually 7, decrease, 7, decrease, and there will be a 7, and the last one is a decrease. So all in, you're gonna get 24 stitches all around. So it's 7, decrease, 7, decrease. So 7, the last one is a decrease. I'll meet you back at the end of the row. Okay, I've completed row 14. Row 14, I had 24 stitches all around. So now row 15, which is the second last row. The first one from here, this is my starting point. We're gonna do 2 single crochet followed by a decrease. So I'm gonna leave 4 stitches here, meaning here 1, 2, 2 single crochet and a decrease, and here will be 4 and a decrease, 4 and a decrease, 4 and a decrease. Here you will leave 2. Here you have 2. Here you start with 2. Here you end with 2. So in between it's going to be 4. So it's 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, and the end 2. So actually, technically, it's a 4 followed by a decrease, 4 followed by a decrease. And all in, you're gonna get 20 stitches all around. So I'll meet you back at the end of the row. Okay, this is the last row. Last row is gonna be 3 single crochet followed by a decrease, and then a 3 single crochet followed by a decrease, 3 and then decrease. After that, when you reach the end, you can actually cut the yarn, or you can leave a long yarn for sewing. The sewing part, you can actually use the long yarn from the head, either the head or the body, whichever you, but I prefer to use the head. One, 2, 3, and then decrease, here the starting point again, another 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to change color. Oh, okay. It's two together here. So once I come here, this is the critical part. Once I change color, then I come to a 2 together. So you make sure in the end, later on, you have to pull it tight in case anywhere went loose. Okay, so here, see, sometimes you buy yarn, you're bound to get stuff like this, but luckily this is an Amigurumi. I can just hide it inside later on. One, 2, 3. Okay, 3. I'm supposed to change color. Get one of your finger to hold on to the yarn. Make sure you do not pull too much of the yarn. Oh, it's going to be a 2 together. The tricky part is when the 2 together happens to be the part where you need to change color. Okay, I think this is a bit loose. I'll make it tighter first. This is the 2 together. join it. Okay, here pull the yarn, and just now that knot from the yarn, just hide it inside. And that's it. See, it still turned out okay, even though I do not get a perfect oval shape here. Well, it still look kind of cute. And you can cut the yarn, and later we're going to do the head and the rest of the body parts.